Welcome back to another edition of the Heart and Soul in Sports with yours truly, Anthony, and my co-host Henry, who today for some reason is very opinionated and gonna have a lot to say. Be an LSU fan, so you know how this conversation probably finna go down. But we done got the holidays out the way, and now it's time to get back into what matters the most: sports. We got NFL to talk about, we got NBA to talk about. And we also got college football to talk about. So let's just dive into it. As they say, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room up front. Get this part out the way. He brings a big smile to his face when I say get the elephant out of the room. But you can see what my shirt says. It says I don't give a rat's ass. So you know that's how we roll. But we're gonna get into the Alabama-Michigan game, because that's the only one that really counts besides the one that they're playing tonight. I'm gonna try to take most of his argument the way we got beat. The defense couldn't stop anybody. The offense couldn't block anybody. We got our coach. They were more physical than we were. They pretty much executed down the stretch better than we did. They made adjustments in the fourth quarter that we did not adjust to. The play calling was suspect at best, and from what I've seen, Harbaugh just flat out coach Nick Saban. All right. Table's yours.
Well, all that you said, some of that could be true or whatever. But anyway, Michigan did everything they could to get Alabama the game. They had 2 kickoff fumbles.
True.
A missed field goal. A botched extra point. Alabama had the lead in the fourth quarter and still lost. So there's nothing else to say, really. The game was set. It's just like ordering some food at the restaurant. You put all your servings on the table, did what you want. And that's all they can do is really serve you. Michigan served Alabama the game. Alabama just couldn't make the plays at the end.
All right, let's talk about Alabama serving Michigan again. 2 botched snaps that the center rolled to the quarterback. One of them he threw over his head that went almost to the 50 yard, went 20 yards behind the quarterback. The plays, to me, this is what it boils down to. Whoever made the least amount of mistakes at the end was going to win. Michigan didn't make any mistakes from 4 minutes until overtime. They was flawless. They scored with 4 minutes left on the 4 minutes and something left when they got the ball back. We had just scored. We had them down to 4th and 2. We couldn't get them off the field. The defense was, Michigan had the Alabama defense confused most of the night. They had the running back, for some reason, they never assigned anybody to guard him when he went in the flat, because they ran the same play 3 times. He was wide open. The 4th and 2, when he went to the right, you got the linebacker and a cornerback going with one man, and nobody guarded him. So both of them had missed cues. Alabama had them with the center, and Michigan had them with the punt return team, especially the punt returner, who one of them got away from him. The second one, he came close to getting a safety. I'm talking about he was sniffing right, but he managed to get out the end zone. So it was to me, both teams was playing like neither one of them wanted it. And in overtime, this is where Nick Saban got out coached at. When a team scores before overtime, if you win the toss, you do not get them the ball back first. They got all the momentum already. Let him sit on that bench, put your offense out there, and hope that they can score, and then hope that the other guy on the other team has kind of cooled off, because momentum is you can lose momentum in a matter of seconds. You can have it here and then lose it off one play. If you got momentum, the last thing I'm gonna do is give you the ball back first to see if you can maintain it, because 9 times 10 you are. So to me, It was a battle of who wanted it, and neither team appeared to want it at the end. Michigan just made the plays in overtime on offense and defense that propelled them to the win.
But in spite of all that, Alabama still was leading in the fourth quarter. And usually, see, when people talk about sports, you know the amazing thing about sports, who you think gonna win,
Don't always win.
don't always win. We can sit up here, or the analysts, or whatever, all them guys that sit up there and say that Alabama's better and all that, they still got to play the game on the field.
Yeah.
And you always talk about that.
Yeah.
You got to play the game on the field.
That is true.
Michigan, they didn't play their best game, and Alabama didn't play their best game, but Alabama still should have won the game. But it just wasn't meant for them that day.
That's it.
That day, no matter what they did, it wasn't going to work.
You know, you said something then. I don't have to be better than you all the time. I just need to be better than you that day.
That day.
We can look at the things that Michigan, the mistakes Michigan made, an average team would have blown them out.
Right.
If you recall, one play, and you can kind of tell when the game is going away from you, the running back tosses the ball back to the quarterback. He reaches up backwards, turns around, and just throws it. Receiver wide open right there.
Right.
Another one, the linebacker tipped the ball, caught the dude in stride. Sometimes the other team is better than you that particular day.
Right.
And like you said, there's nothing you're gonna do to change that. They are destined now. Can they close the deal now?
Yeah,
That's the question.
Well, we're gonna see tonight what they're gonna do.
Who you got?
I think I'm taking I'm gonna take Michigan.
This is what I said.
If Michigan got a pass rush,
Yeah.
but Penix got to move around that. Even though he's accurate, as they say he is, but when you put that pressure on you, how accurate are you? For real. You'll find out tonight if Michigan got a pass rush.
This is what I say. If Washington offensive line can protect them, they'll beat Michigan. If Michigan defensive line controls their offense, Michigan gonna win the game. Who can run the ball the best?
If number 7 hurt, I don't know if he's back or not. That's another thing we need to discuss too. But anyway,
From Washington, didn't he get hurt?
yeah, he's supposed to got hurt. But and then another thing I think about college football sometimes. Okay, just say for example, Alabama won the SEC. You gotta almost wait 3 weeks until you play a game, man.
Yeah.
I think they need to cut that down.
Like a week?
Yeah, about a week.
About a week.
Yeah, shoot, that's a long time. Even though you're practicing,
Yeah.
but you practice against your own team,
It's
and
not
in 3 weeks, man, you kind of
real
rusty.
game experience.
It's just like not playing basketball for 3 weeks when you get out there. You kind of rusty.
Really.
It's the same thing about football. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of rusty. So I think they need to push that up. And another thing that changed college football, really, I mean, you talked about it before on the show,
Transfer portal.
the transfer portal and the NIL.
Yeah.
So,
Let's talk about this NIL business now. I just got into doing some research and understanding how that works. All right, the players get paid, correct? But it's certain players, ain't it?
yeah, right.
Okay, if you're a teammate and you go out there and bust your behind, but you don't get paid, but the quarterback or the running back who is more, let's just say, high prolific than you are, how does that make me want to play harder when I know this guy on the team is getting paid and I'm not? Wouldn't that kind of divide them a little bit?
Well, it should divide them because it's based on your name, your image, and your likeness. So the players at college, they still get a stipend. They still get a stipend now. They still get money, but they don't get much money as some of them players that are getting the NIL deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Based on your ratings or whatever. But on the other side of the NIL deal, that the coaches, let's say for example, you are a first round draft pick. You're a first round draft pick. So if you don't want to play in a bowl game, are you committed to the school, or are you looking out for your best interest that you don't get injured? Now, on the other side, the coaches can opt out and go anywhere they want to.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for however long football been in there. If you can get somebody else sign you, the other university, buy you out, and then give you a contract for 3 or 4 years, you don't coach in the bowl game, and you got a right to go to the other school and do what you need to do in order for you to get that program ready. So, now they tell you this. The student athlete supposed to be the priority.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's the way they got it. That's the way they see it. Yeah.
But they don't want to help the students out by paying them or anything. They just want whatever they can get for themselves. It seems like greed. You know what I'm saying? Because the coach can do what he want to do. He can opt out, they'll buy him out, and then he'll go somewhere else. The student got to stay there, bring in another coach with another system and all that. So it's supposed to be in the best interest of the student athlete, but it's really not.
What about if you put something in place where if his coach is bought out, he can't coach for a year? He's got to sit out. Because if a guy's redshirted and he transferred, a lot of times he can't play. If like in 4 games you don't want him to play, because that means it eliminates the red shirt part.
Right.
So if that's the case, well, why not if a coach has still got 3 years on his contract? Jimbo Fisher is a good example of this. Texas A&M paid him a lot of money not to come to work. Put something in place where he's not eligible to coach until there's only 1 year left on his contract. Because if you don't, he's getting paid twice. He's getting paid from Texas A&M, and then he's going to get paid for the next team he coaches.
Right.
Where the players are not going to get paid like that.
Right.
Now, if you look at it, and I know we jump in real quick, the transfer portal, is most of them moving because they have a better chance to get paid at another school or to start, or they get better notoriety at somewhere else? Would that play a big part in a lot of these? Because you got starters now that's transferring now. So what would be if you starting, your name is there. So if you're a starter, why would you transfer? You won't. You think you can go somewhere else and get paid? Or what do they think?
Yeah, well, they probably thinking, okay, see if you redshirt me. You the coach, you get a red shirt. I'll sit there for a whole year, develop, whatever. And if I think inside my mind that I'm better than this other guy, so why do you ain't redshirt me? I want to play too.
Yeah.
So they sat there a whole year, and then they decide now they got another year. So altogether, he still got 4 years of eligibility. And so he figured, if I can go to another school and let the light shine on me, why would I want to stay here and sit behind somebody in the coach and redshirted me a whole year? And the parents got to get involved and make a decision based on his name, image, and likeness. He's trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
He set out a year, so now he got, to try to make it somewhere else in his best interest. If I can go to another team and they're gonna let me start and put a little change in my pocket, where do you think I'm going? Let me give you another example. Judkins, the running back from Ole Miss. He in the transfer portal. Yeah, he in there.
Where is he transferring to?
Don't nobody know yet. But he in the transfer portal. Now he led the SEC in rushing as a freshman.
I wonder, do they move from the SEC to like the Big Ten, the Pac-12, somewhere like that where the competition ain't as stiff?
They can go anywhere they want to go, anywhere they accept it.
Well, I'm saying, if you from the SEC, you're not too much going to transfer in the SEC.
He could.
He could, but
He could go to LSU. He could go to Alabama. If Alabama accepted, he could go anywhere he want to go.
but you wouldn't want to go to them because the waiting list, they already got their starting lineup. You got to be outstanding to come in there and take somebody's spot.
He is outstanding.
And
He's the best running back in the
system
SEC.
is.
He's the best running back in the SEC.
Yeah.
Judkins is. Now let me tell you what I think that college football is going to.
Mm-hmm.
See, they can't make no decisions, the NCAA or college football or the coaches, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
on how much money that an NIL guy can get. They can't do nothing. So what they want to do, they ain't gonna make the decision. You know who they gonna leave it up to? The Congress.
They shouldn't have
To come up with some law. See, to come up with some law to stop the kids gonna make a certain amount of money. Watch what I tell you where they lead to. Because they can't do it. The NCAA, they can't do it.
But if they did that, the only reason Congress intervene if they're not benefiting from it. Are they benefiting? They getting anything out of this deal?
They putting politics into football, and they shouldn't do that. They should leave that out. But that's what it's gonna go to.
Well, the only thing you're gonna do, if you're gonna do that, then that you're gonna have a lot of players getting out in their junior year. They're not gonna finish. They're going straight to the draft. Because if you're gonna limit my money, which the team gets so many millions of dollars. Like
Right.
you get a team like Troy State plays Auburn and Alabama, they get a boatload of money to play that. All right, the players, and this been going on for years and years, and they've been talking about it. The players should have been getting money paid
Right.
for that. So now the NIL steps in, and you got some of these players will get paid just like they're in the NFL, so many millions of dollars.
Right.
Would that make you stay in college longer now because you have that financial security?
Well, that's what they're saying about the WNBA. Like, and then you got girls in college, like Clayton Clark and Angel Reese, and a couple more of them players. Do you know when they leave college and go to the WNBA, they'll be taking a pay cut.
WNBA is
They'll be taking a pay cut.
they don't pay that much anyway.
Yeah, but they'll be taking a pay cut.
Then
From college going to professionals, a college athlete is taking a pay cut to go to a professional league.
what would if I'm making like the quarterback from Colorado, so I know he got a deal with the NIL too. So I'm just speaking hypothetically. If you get let's say $150 million, what's the motivation to go to the NFL? You probably making more now than you would make in the NFL, and let's just be honest, in college the players have more say. When you get to the NFL, you hardly got any.
Yeah, you ain't only got that much say in college.
But you got a little bit more than that in college because you can determine where you go in college. In the NFL, you can't really.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Now, but back then,
Back then you did.
the coaches and the university had all the power.
Yeah.
Now the players got a little leverage. Now the coaches don't want the players to have all that much leverage.
Because you don't want them to leave. You want to keep them sitting there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can build up a stockpile of players.
Yeah. Well, Alabama was great at doing that.
Oh, shoot, of course they was.
But
Of course
but that takes a lot of pressure because now I'm not in no big hurry to go to the NFL.
No, you
If
know
I'm making this money here.
right, you know what they're asking for?
Well,
Another year.
they get it.
Another year in college.
Yeah.
They gave another year for the pandemic.
You think they actually go at some point to 5 years of eligibility? If you get redshirted, you that's basically 5 there.
Yeah, Bo Nix did.
Really? So, but he was redshirted at some point, wasn't he?
No, he started as a freshman.
How did he get 5 years? The pandemic?
Yeah, the pandemic gave him extra year.
Well,
And this is another thing about college football. Just say, for example, you're a first round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
So the university give you insurance. And if your parents don't put no insurance on some of your body parts, that you get hurt during the game, during the bowl game. But you was projected as a first round draft pick. So if you get injured, your stock drop.
Yeah.
So you ain't guaranteed the money. First round draft pick had guaranteed money. But if you get injured and you drop to like the third or fourth round, you don't get no guaranteed money. You got to try to make the team.
Yeah.
So it's best for the parent to do is, because on the insurance policy they'll say, well, we're gonna pay for this, that, and the other. But your leg and your knee wasn't covered. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta add. It's like adding some.
Yeah, but it's more of deductible once you start adding. You start adding the leg injury, then they go.
You need to add that.
But when you get insurance, now I just know how mine works. It covers everything, just one bundle. So you're saying that college doesn't cover everything. If you get a policy on the outside, it just covers the parts that you put down, like arm, shoulder.
See, that's the added part. That's the added part. But if I'm projected to be a first round draft pick and I get injured, that got to go on the contract too.
So the NIL money is guaranteed, right?
The NIL money is guaranteed to the student.
Okay. What's the most that you've heard of somebody getting from that? Because I've heard of somebody getting a large, so many millions.
I think
I
Caden
cannot
Clark.
remember. Huh?
Caden Clark.
How much did he get?
Caden Clark, she's a female. She played for
she-
Iowa.
What did she get?
Millions. About 4 or 5. Or maybe more.
So you going into the profession, you going from the collegiate level to whether it's NBA or NFL with $4 or $5 million already in the pocket.
Deion's son, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of other. Utah, they bought all their players. A Dodge Ram F-150 2023.
Really?
All
I
the
heard about
players.
that.
All the players. So when they leave college,
They
goes
sign.
with them.
Well, it goes back to my question: is what's the benefit of going to the NFL if you wanted to? Because let's just be honest. If you're a first round draft pick, you're going to a bad team. If you go to the NFL, you're first round. You're not going to a good team.
No,
You're going to a team that's garbage. Bryce Young, number one, went to Carolina.
right.
Strauss went to
He went to Houston.
Houston, which was kind of in the middle of the pack. But guess who made the playoffs?
Right.
Strauss made the playoff.
Yeah, they got a good team.
Got a real good team. But he wasn't a first round draft. He was second round, wasn't he?
No, he was first round.
No, I'm talking about second pick. Was he
Yeah.
second pick?
Yeah, but Carolina had a chance to get Stroud. But
I'm
they
sure
didn't
he's
get
not
him.
mad.
Huh?
I'm sure he's not
I'm
mad.
sure he's not mad either. They got a good team though.
They got a good coach too.
Yeah.
Let's just put it there.
I just hope they can stay together. But you know what to break them up?
Winning breaks everything up because people want more money now.
More money.
Yeah.
More money. So they got a lot of rookies on their team. They got a lot of rookies on their team.
But the thing about it is they got room to grow, and if they can keep them together, they'll be good for 4 or 5 years from now.
You're right.
They keep them together because it's a rather young team. Since we already on the NFL, let's get in some of these matchups that we coming into wild card week. So I'm sure you got a very high opinion on the Cowboy. The Cowboy. I'm looking at the first in the AFC. You got the Browns and Houston. Now that's going to be a tough task for Houston because the Browns got a defense, and they come after you. I don't know how much I trust Flacco, but he's a veteran. He's won Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl. And if now here's the thing with Cleveland that nobody talked about yet. If Flacco takes them deep into the playoffs, is it a quarterback competition with Watson and Flacco, or do you demote Flacco back to the bench?
Well, you know how they're going to do it since they're paying him all that money. You know they're going to throw him back in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they're going to beat Houston.
They playing in Houston, so.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to beat Houston. I'm taking Houston. I don't think they're going to beat them. They're going to put so much pressure on Flacco, and then they're going to wonder why he was off the league.
Yeah, but the Browns can put that same pressure on Stroud, too.
Yeah, they're going to put
defense they got.
But Stroud can run.
Now that he can do now. He can definitely run.
Stroud can run. Flacco can't run.
I'm going to go with Cleveland. What do they say, defense win championship?
That's what they say.
So we finna find out if that's true or not. Now this next game, I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins. You going out there to Candlestick, Arrowhead Stadium. And if I'm going by what I've seen from Miami, their defense is pitiful. They can't stop anybody. The game last night, they didn't put any pressure on Josh. They made Josh Allen look like an all-star, which we know he's not. He's overrated. He's been overrated.
Yeah, he's real overrated. You know what I seen yesterday? The Dolphins remind me of the game that Alabama played when they played Michigan.
Yeah.
Now Josh Allen, he had 2 interceptions again and a fumble.
Yeah.
And
Miami was leading in the fourth quarter. And then next thing you know, Tua throw the ball to the other team. He did that.
But they should have won.
The thing about that pass that ended the game is you threw the ball across your body I'm talking about this a long way. It stayed up there. You got a safety and a cornerback on that receiver. You didn't see the safety. It's going. The worst pass you can do is throw it back across your body.
Yeah, right.
And that's what he did.
Right, that's what Josh Allen did when he threw the interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
Running toward the sideline to his right and try to throw the ball with some zip on it. Man, you can't do it.
No.
Just throw the ball away and wait for the next play. But everybody always be saying that. You don't know what Josh Allen you're going to get.
No.
But I can guarantee you this. He'll never win a Super Bowl.
No.
As long as he's at Buffalo.
No, he'll never win Super Bowl.
No. Because he'll hero to one play, and then the next play he to go. Right. Because you don't know what you're going to get out of him. Now, one thing he's been consistent about is turning that ball over. Throwing the ball to the other team.
Yeah. This is the recipe for the Bills to win. Let Josh Allen throw the ball as least as possible. Lean on your running game and defense. Do not put the game in his hand. The more he throw, the more he give the other team opportunity for an interception. It's been proven. Did you see the interception he threw yesterday? I don't know who he was throwing to halftime.
I don't know. He threw the ball across his body too, in the end zone. Every time he get in the red zone, he just throw the ball to the other team. There's something about him in the red zone. They just don't get along with one another.
Evidently not, because he does do that. But who you got, Dolphins or the Chiefs? I don't really trust neither one of these teams. I give the Chiefs the advantage because they're at home.
Yeah, but the Dolphins can come in there and win.
They can.
Waddle will be back. So,
Tua will turn the ball over though. He's been doing it lately pretty good.
Yeah, but I think Kansas City gonna win.
I do too. That's what I'm betting on. Yeah. Now you talking about the Steelers and the Bills. Steelers can go into Buffalo and beat them because weather's no factor because both of them playing cold weather.
You're right.
I don't know who I trust more, Josh Allen or was it
Mason Rudolph?
Yeah. I don't know who I don't trust Josh Allen. I don't trust Rudolph either. Who has the best defense? That's by who team I'm gonna have to go with.
Well, Steelers had a couple players out last week, so they should be at full strength. And
I think Mike Tomlin's better coach than
what
you call it. So
and then I hope it snow, so that way the Steelers have a better chance because they got the better running game.
That is true. With Najee Harris, that is a fact. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers because I don't trust Josh Allen. I'm just gonna be 18 interceptions this year.
Oh, so he lead the NFL.
Yeah,
He lead the NFL. He always on the top. He always on the top 10 list. It's only 2018. I mean, you know.
You got it. Then we go to the high power game. The Packers at the Cowboys. I would not. The Cowboys are 8-0 at home. Packers are 4-5 on the road. But it seems like when they get in the playoffs, Dak just do something. The Cowboys always prove Stephen A. Smith right. They'll find a way to lose a game somewhere. Now Green Bay ain't no slouch by any stretch of the imagination. Now they can score points just like anybody else. But how much do you give Green Bay to go into Dallas and win into Arlington?
They got Justin Love back there, so Green Bay. I'll give them about a 40% chance of winning. Now Dallas should win that game.
They should.
But you know they can, they can lay an egg.
They can.
Now they sure can do that.
These two teams played this year, right?
No.
They ain't played in the regular season.
No, they ain't playing the regular season.
Now, if this game was in Green Bay, I'll take Green Bay if it was in Green Bay.
I'll take Green Bay.
But I'll give Dallas the edge. But I just don't see Dallas doing nothing past the first round. Because if they have to travel anywhere,
they're going to have to travel.
Then they're not going to have to travel.
They're going to have to travel. They're number 2 seed. They're going to have to travel. They got to go to San Francisco.
That's a loss then. They're going to 40. Now, I was looking up the numbers on the Cowboys when they get in the playoffs. When they have to go on the road, their numbers go from like 28 points a game or 30 points a game down to like 19, something like that. So if they have to go, if the only thing that'll save them, if they play Detroit in the second round. Because Detroit plays the Rams. They play Detroit. Detroit's in a dome too, so that's their comfort zone. As long as they stay in a dome, they halfway decent. But if they have to go to the 49ers, they have to go outside somewhere, I don't like their chances at all.
Good. Well, they won the division. Mm-hmm. So they might get 2 games at home. Mm-hmm. And then they got to go to, just say for example, if Detroit win. Mm-hmm. But Detroit still got number 2 seed. Mm-hmm. I think Dallas number 3.
Yeah.
San Francisco, Detroit, and then Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
But
Dallas can beat a bad team on the road. Because Washington, they should never been. That was just a scrimmage. You say Washington didn't have nothing. But when you get into, and we're going to get into Philadelphia in a minute because I think Philadelphia's done. They shouldn't even be in the playoffs at this point. But then you got the Rams at the Lions. Who do you trust more? Jeff Goff?
The Rams.
Goff? Or what's that Lions quarterback name? I cannot think of his name. Talking about him.
Who, Matthew Stafford?
Is he at the Lions now?
No. Jared Goff at the Lions.
All right, Jared Goff. No, Jared Goff. Yeah, he at the Lions.
Right.
Matthew Stafford at the Rams then, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. Who do you trust the most? Goff or
Matthew
Stafford? Even though Matthew Stafford not playing on the road?
Yeah, even though Matthew Stafford playing for the road. Oh, shoot, he going home. That's where he was all them years.
Yeah. So that's a comfort zone now.
Yeah, right. That's where he was all them years. So if I'm going back to the team that traded me, you don't think I got some incentive to try to knock him out?
I'm trying to. But ain't Jared Goff can say the same thing? Didn't he come from the Rams?
Yeah, well,
so both of them
right.
Both of them got something to prove at this point.
Right.
That should be an interesting game.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be very interesting.
This one I'm gonna say, it's a toss-up. It could go either way at this point with the Rams and the Lions. All right, then you got this game, Eagles and the Bucks. I have no faith in the Eagles. I don't believe the Eagles can beat the Bucks. You couldn't even beat the Giants yesterday. Giants ran all over you all day yesterday.
Yeah, but I know who quarterback for the Tampa Bay?
The guy that was from Cleveland.
Who, Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield. Yeah.
Well, let's toss it up. You don't know what Baker Mayfield you're going to get. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You don't know what Baker Mayfield you're going to get.
You don't know what Jalen Hurts you're going to get at this point. And
No.
I'm going to tell you this. The Eagles don't have a defense. Their defense is obsolete. The Bucs defense is better than the Eagles defense. So if you eliminate the quarterbacks, just eliminate them all together, because both of them are turnover machines. Get them off there. Who has? I'm gonna go with the next best thing. Who has the best defense? I've seen the Eagles defense. You gave up almost 30 points to the Giants yesterday.
Yeah.
You have no defense. What does Giants have? A Saquon Barkley. That's all they got. And they ran the ball down your throat the whole day yesterday.
They did that.
So I have no. The Eagles have lost 5 of the last 6 games.
Yeah.
So what makes me think all of a sudden you're gonna get it together now?
Yeah, all the only thing they can do is just keep fighting at it. But I think they got locker room issues.
A lot of them. They say that Brown dude, that big receiver they got in, Brown, they say he's one of the.
AJ Brown?
Yeah, say he's one of the issues from what I've heard.
Yeah, they want to. Well, every time Jalen Hurts drop back, you try to force him the ball.
Yeah.
You still got other players over there.
That's it.
It's a lot of selfishness goes on some of them players, for
Yeah.
bonuses and all kind of stuff, and you know, all you got to do is just be a teammate and just play the game.
That's it. Now, this is my opinion. NFC, AFC, I don't care one. I don't see nobody in the NFC can beat the 49ers. I don't see nobody in the AFC who can beat Baltimore. If Baltimore defense plays like they've been playing the last 2-3 weeks, ain't nobody in the AFC can beat them. Pittsburgh defense might if they get it together. But beyond that, I really don't see any team that can beat them.
Yeah, Baltimore, yeah, they the best right now on paper.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll see what they're gonna do once they get to the playoffs. Now they got number 1 seed.
Yeah.
All their games played at home.
Every one of them.
Everything is set up for them to go well.
To go Super Bowl.
Now we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Well, the 49ers the only thing standing in the NFC way, because who can beat the 49ers at home right now? They have been beat at home. Because Baltimore went out there and destroyed them.
Yeah.
But Baltimore and 49ers are built almost similar as far as the defense-wise, as far as the offense. Do I trust the 49ers quarterback in a big spot?
Well, Brock Purdy?
Purdy, do I trust him?
Yeah, well they tried to put him up for the MVP.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well.
Well, and then he threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah,
in the
that'll
game.
do it. That'll take you out there. They had Herbert in the MVP conversation also now.
Who, Justin Herbert?
Yeah, from Chargers. You see how that worked out yesterday.
Yeah, right.
So they always, and then you got that woman that basically said Lamar Jackson wasn't quarterbackish. Said he was a good athlete, but he wasn't a quarterback.
Yeah, that's the same thing that the guy said about Jalen Mayro
Yeah.
when he was there. Bill O'Brien.
How's he doing lately?
Yeah.
Bill O'Brien is not a good offensive coordinator. He's not a good coach. When he was at Houston, when you trade away your best receiver because of ego, that tells me a lot about you right there.
Yeah, right. But it goes on a lot. It
Yeah.
goes on a lot. It's hard for me to really understand that now you're going to be the coach and the general manager.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't like how I play when it's time for me to try to renew your contract, you ain't going to do it because you still mad at me from the plays I made on the field and my behavior. Do I let you say what you want to say to me or do I say back? Do I talk back? You see where the team at now, don't you?
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs.
If you ownership, when do you step in and say, no, we ain't gonna let you. If I'm gonna get rid of you anyway, I'm not gonna let you make a decision that's gonna put me back 2 years.
Right.
I'm not letting you get rid of the best receiver I got because of your ego or your personal vendetta you have against him. So, and nobody can make me believe this. They were gonna get rid of him anyway. Bill O'Brien was out the door regardless. Why would you as ownership allow him to get rid of the receiver then when you know you finna fire him?
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins.
He played with Tennessee.
Tennessee got to get a quarterback.
Who?
Tennessee need a quarterback.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course they do.
Ryan Tannehill is garbage, and I don't know why. The head coach Mike Vrabel is putting all this hope in this dude when he showed you absolutely nothing.
For the last 5 or 6 years, he's been showing him.
Yeah, and then you gave him a contract extension on top of it. A year or two ago.
Yeah, Derrick Henry over there.
I think he's done this. I think he won't be there this year, next year.
Yeah, but he's a free agent.
Yeah. Well, you got all your money tied up in that clown.
Yeah.
And then Mike Vrabel, you were a defensive player when you were with New England Patriots. You was a defensive player. Why can't you get your defense to live up to the hype then? I assume you know defense. That's what I thought, man.
Right.
But it's just like Belichick. His reign is over with.
Yeah, his reign over.
I think they need to get rid of him.
Well,
put him in the front office or something.
Yeah, well, they probably need to do that. Yeah, it's time over. Remember we talked about before, them guys need to take a look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And then find out where they at. Everybody say, well, Nick Saban should retire, whatever. But you ain't in them guys' shoes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, he is gonna have to retire. Like Mac Brown.
Yeah.
Mac Brown, the coach of North Carolina. Yeah. Now he's already at Texas. First he started at North Carolina, Tulane, North Carolina, and then Texas. But he ain't won nothing.
Yeah.
So now he's back at North Carolina. And sometimes you just got to bring in youth, young people, want to teach them.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That don't mean I'm trying to take your job. I'm just teaching you the basics of the game.
Yeah.
You know?
The old style is not working out.
No.
That's too many things that's not going to work. The Belichick not playing players. But they're just forcing their way out now. So now you're not paying players, and let's just be honest. If we're going to be honest, we know who was the driving force of the Patriots now. Mm-hmm. Because when you got rid of Brady, he won a championship in Tampa.
Right.
You ain't made the playoffs since he's been gone.
Right.
So we know you wasn't the driving force no more. Mm-hmm. Brady was the driving force. And when I hate when these analysts, you're supposed to know everything.
You're right.
But they got favorites. They got certain coaches they talk about. So cause we ain't got favorites. We talk about everybody.
Right.
Coaches don't play the game.
Right.
The players play the game. You mentioned it all. It's got to be played on the field.
Right.
You can call the right play, still got to be executed by those guys on that field.
Right.
So I think they give coaches too much credit when they win and not enough credit when they lose. Mm-hmm. When they lose, have you noticed when they win, well, that was a good coaching job. When they lose, the players didn't execute. Right. I ran the play you saying.
Right.
How is this my fault?
See, that's hypocrisy right there.
Exactly.
That's what you said. Because if you okay, let's say you're a quarterback, mm-hmm. and you overthrow a receiver wide open. Okay, next play, you throw the ball to the receiver and he dropped the ball.
Yeah.
But the play before that, he was wide open.
Yeah.
You don't criticize him, you criticize the receiver.
That's it.
That dropped the ball.
Yeah. But
like in the game yesterday with the Indianapolis Colts.
I knew you were finna go to that one. I seen the same play.
You know, he just didn't catch the ball.
And then, this is what these offense coordinators, I think, if you watch the game like I watch it, and sometimes they make it a little bit more difficult than it should be. Mm-hmm. They don't simplify it.
You're right.
You tell a young quarterback, okay, whatever the play call is going to, let's just say, with Tua, it says going to Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. A young guy, that's the first thing he's going to go for. Even though the receiver, Waddle, is wide open on the other side, mm-hmm. your mind is on this guy here.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do is, well, he's your first read, this your second read. These young guys are not gonna go through that progression, depending on how much time they got. You ain't gonna have 10 seconds back there.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do, just like Jalen Hurts, you trying to force it to Brown. Well, I'm gonna try to force this to Tyreek Hill, even though Waddle is wide open over there.
Right.
So if I throw it to Waddle and if you drop it, I get back to the bench. First thing you're gonna ask me is why you didn't go to Tyreek Hill? Because he was open.
Right.
Ain't my fault he dropped it.
Yeah.
Then if he catches it, you don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not gonna give me any credit for me going through my progression reading. But if I throw it to him and it don't work, then you're gonna question me why I throw it to him.
Right. And that goes on a lot.
Yeah.
That goes on a lot. But I don't think the quarterback get enough criticism. Because a lot of times they miss the receiver, overthrow him, all that. But as soon as the receiver drop that ball, oh, that'd be all over. Well, he can't throw the ball and go catch it too.
Yeah, now you notice that the receiver, if you listen to these so-called analysts, Tony Romo ain't got no business trying to call anything. How can you talk about quarterbacks when you couldn't play the position? Now I know they can say, well, he did this. Yeah, you did nothing. You were Jerry Jones flunky. Jerry Jones just liked you. Because you wasn't, to me, you're not a top 10 quarterback.
No.
Period. But if you notice, when they throw it and the receiver ran the wrong route.
Right.
I'm like, so the quarterback couldn't have thrown it the wrong way. You threw it in double coverage. So if you throw it in double coverage, should somebody be open somewhere else?
Somebody should be open. Somebody should be open somewhere else. When you talk about the analysts, and then you got people that can make changes in the NFL and all that. So you got Jerry over there. They talk about diversity. Jerry does.
Yeah.
He talk about diversity.
Talks about it.
Yeah. So he had an opportunity
To hire a black coach.
to hire a black coach,
Absolutely.
but he ain't going that direction, and he ain't gonna never go in that direction. So that's just a ploy for him to act like he wants diversity in the league, but all the time he don't really want it. You can make the change, but you don't do it.
It's funny you bring that up because you remember when them guys were taking a knee and he was down there locking arms with them, saying he was with them and all that. And then the first time they said he was going, they wasn't. Who was the first person on that team to say he wasn't taking a knee? Quarterback. Dak Prescott said he wasn't going to do it. Jerry Jones followed suit. The only reason Jerry Jones ain't cut Dak Prescott yet is because of the money that he owed. And I'm willing to bet this, if they sneak it up in the playoffs, I bet you hear that talk about Dak getting traded or getting cut and all that. When you talk about diversity, I take my hat off to teams like Houston, the Raiders, who didn't look at color. They look at your criteria. They look at your record. What did you see in Mike McCarthy that made you think he was a great coach? Based on Aaron Rodgers? Because at the end, Aaron Rodgers didn't even like him. So what did his record show that he was a fit because Jerry Jones could control him? Jerry Jones is one of these people that don't want a coach that's going to get more attention than he going to get. Look at all the coaches he got. Jason Garrett.
They wasted on that. That's where he wasted a lot of his years at then.
Yeah.
With Jason Garrett and Kellen Moore. They wasted a lot of years messing around with them guys, and them guys ain't winning anything. Them guys ain't winning nothing. So the Raiders always have been different.
They have.
Their whole organization always have been different. When Art Shell was the coach, and all that, and the 49ers when they was under DeBartolo, when he used to own the team, and they had the linebacker as the defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah.
His dad was
he came from Chicago, didn't he?
his dad was a boxer, fought against Ali and Norton.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Norton.
Yeah.
So the 49ers, they always have been different too. And sometimes when the owner is different, then that's where the controversy come in at.
Yeah.
But then you got guys like Jerry can make decisions. He don't. But they're not gonna win nothing.
No. The thing about Jones and the Cowboys, I think you hinted at this a while back on another show that he's more interested in filling the seats than winning.
Right.
And you got a lot of teams that's willing to fill the seats.
Yeah.
They're not interested in winning because
right.
I can name you. Tennessee is not interested in winning because if you're interested in winning, there's no way you still got that clown back there as quarterback. No way he's still quarterback. Carolina's another one that ain't interested in winning. You got Carolina, Phoenix, Giants. I'm still working on what they doing. I don't know what the Giants. You gonna get a quarterback contract, but Saquon Barkley, who's 85% of your offense, you get him you put the franchise tag on him.
Yeah, the Colts.
Colts is another one. We can go Jacksonville Jaguars. I told you that Sunshine wasn't going nowhere. I kept telling them. I told Matt them that when they put pressure on him yesterday, what did he do? Turn the ball over consistently.
Turn the ball over.
You turned it over that many times, you still had a chance at the end.
Right.
Then you turn it over again.
You turn it over again. I don't think they got the right pieces though.
They don't.
Yeah, I think they need some more pieces.
They need a running back, number one, because they don't have a stable running back. This thing, when you got a committee of running backs, you don't have a running back.
Yeah, they got what's called over there, the one that played for Clemson. He played with him.
And he ain't doing anything.
Yeah,
you get but you need a consistent back, and I don't even know if they got him like Najee Harris. You got the running back from Georgia that got hurt. Who did he play for? I think he played for Cleveland. It was Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
And then you got what's the other one that was in front of Nick Chubb? Gurley.
Swift.
Yes, Swift. What is he doing?
Yeah, Swift was hurt yesterday. He played with Detroit.
So you need a running back.
No, I think he played with the Philadelphia Eagles now.
Well, he don't play for nobody, man. Because they just be honest, they got nothing going right now. What I'm saying is, you need a running back that if you need 1 or 2 yards, I can get these 2 yards from this guy. Pittsburgh learned their lesson when they could. Pittsburgh could have drafted Derrick Henry. And Mike Tomlin said that kind of running style won't work. Well, it showed it will work.
Yeah, it'll work.
Then what did he do the next year? He drafted Najee Harris.
Yeah, right.
He learned his lesson then.
Yeah, right.
Can you imagine, because he was banking on that running back they had over there. They had so much trouble with him. I cannot think of that guy's name off the top of my head. But they finally cut him, he went in free agents.
Yeah, he went to another team.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, plus he's doing good over there too.
Yeah. See, sometimes your running back and receivers know what quarterback you got. Pittsburgh problem is you had on the Roethlisberger too long. You could have cut him 2 years earlier than you did.
Yeah.
That set you back because you didn't draft a quarterback for those 2 years.
Yeah, that set them way back.
Yeah. And that's what hurts them the most is when you don't. Now, Belichick will say that he'll cut you too early before he cut you too late.
Right.
But Pittsburgh they didn't even cut him. He retired. If he didn't retire, I'm not sure they would have cut him.
No, he probably wouldn't have cut him because he felt like that he owed him something. But when he couldn't throw the ball 15 yards, it was time for him to get cut.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Well, it shouldn't have got that. Remember in the offseason, he said he wasn't sure that he wanted to play football. You should have went ahead and got you another quarterback right then.
Right.
Because he's in flux. If he don't know, you don't have a quarterback right now. Then they say, well, we didn't have no options. You had the guy that was a quarterback for 49ers, Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
You didn't even look at him.
No, they
well, he was
blackballed him.
Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones said, I'll take a chance on him. No, he wouldn't.
Yeah.
That was just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, it should be white ball.
Yeah. But you give these people like golf, you get these guys like Matthew Stafford, all these guys that underperformed when they had a chance. But you get them chance after chance after chance after chance. What's that clown in Tennessee? Ryan Tannehill. How many chances this dude gonna get?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield got another chance. But
All
you'll
of them get a lot of
get
chances. All of them get a lot of chances.
Yeah. Baker Mayfield should have been kicked out of the league after that stunt he pulled down in was it Cleveland when he did that? But they gave him another chance again.
Yeah, he had a chance to revitalize his career.
But you don't get nobody else. You don't. Okay, let's just be honest. You don't get a black quarterback chance to revitalize their career.
Oh no.
Let's just call it like we see it.
Oh,
Michael Vick was the exception to the rules, and he had to jump through so many hoops just to get to Philadelphia. To Philadelphia, and then Pittsburgh had him for a brief extension. They didn't even hold him long.
Yeah, you see how? Do you think that a black quarterback would get the same opportunities that Josh Allen get?
No,
Even though he'd been
He'd
benched
been
interception?
he'd have been benched by now.
He'd been benched by now.
Oh, we can go to 49ers. How many quarterbacks you gonna let throw 5 interceptions and you keep them in the game? Purdy. Well, we didn't have. Now you got another quarterback, but you gonna give him a chance. Well, you know what they say. We're gonna let him work his way out of it.
Right.
Black guy, you gonna let him work his way out the starting lineup. That's what you gonna do there.
Right.
The NFL is biased.
Oh yeah.
It's been biased for a long time. These Du Bois analysts, I'm probably gonna get some heat for this. They know this, but they won't say anything about it. You got a few. Stephen A. Smith teach on the racial stuff every now and then, but he ain't gonna get into it deep. Right. It's just like the woman that got booed in the NBA NC tournament thing when Lakers won. She went up there and talking. They booed her because that was a Von Miller got in trouble with domestic violence. She went right off on the rails. Then the white guy from the NBA got caught with the underage girl from Minnesota, I think. Went to Minnesota.
No, he played with Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, you talking about Get It.
And they didn't say nothing about him. They stayed away from that.
Well, they had to stay away because it was illegal. It's illegal. Right. But you can't cross the line on the legal part.
But on this, there has been instances when the same things happen to black athletes. They had no problem. They said, well, we ain't got all the information now. Well, they never have all the information. That don't mean that you can't bring it up and say, this person right here is in some kind of controversy and he need to step away from the NBA to deal with this because he giving a bad name to the NBA.
Yeah, Malika Andrews, that's her name.
That's her name.
Yeah,
but she does this to she's been doing this for a minute now.
Oh yeah, she's been doing it.
Why are the NBA trying to push? Not just the NBA? Why are they trying to push her down people's throat at this point? Because if I'm gonna talk about a black guy, I'm gonna talk about a white guy. I'll talk about anybody. I'm not gonna discriminate this and that. But I understand the underage this. But they got this woman on video with this guy saying what she done did, and he's standing right there. He didn't dispute it.
Yeah, but they tried to talk to her, but she wouldn't even talk to the press. When you talk about the NBA, what's wrong with your Lakers?
They garbage. That's pretty much straight to the point.
So who do you think the best team over there is?
In the West?
Yeah. From Denver? Is the Clippers?
The Clippers are up and coming. Now how they got beat by the Lakers last night beats me. Everybody on the Clippers had a bad game. Everybody. The one team I'm gonna watch is Minnesota. I'm keeping my eye on Minnesota because they've been steadily climbing up.
Yeah, Minnesota been doing pretty good. So you think the Lakers are
garbage?
I think they need
overhaul.
No, they don't need no overhaul. Now they got some good players on that squad. I think they need a fast guard, a guard with speed, and they need some 3-point shooting.
Bad.
And then let them guys, because you got Vanderbilt, you got Woods over there. See, them guys can run the flow. They should be able to run the flow with a faster guard. But setting all that slow offense up, D'Angelo Russell, you don't know what you're going to get out of him consistently. Cam Reddish, He's a great defender, but he can't hit threes consistently.
Liability.
See, they need 3-point shooters, and I think they need a speedy guard. But let me tell you about one team though. You ain't said nothing about. But if they can keep them together, OKC.
They tough to beat.
OKC, if they can keep them together, do you know that they have 15 first round draft picks in the next 7 years? 15.
I can believe that.
15 from all them trades. Durant, Westbrook, James Harden, and they just kept piling
They
up.
had that many of them.
Yeah, they got 15 first round draft picks in the next 7 years. But if they can keep them together, if they can just keep them together, which they probably can't, because all them guys are gonna want to get paid, you know. But they're an upcoming team.
You know, Minnesota's
Oh yeah,
they number one in the West right now.
yeah. I'm gonna see what they're gonna do after the All-Star break. That's when you can tell the difference.
See, the thing about some of these teams, you can peak too early. You start peaking before the All-Star break, and then you get that lapse, that time off, 10 days, something like that. Then you come back, and we see a lot of teams start falling down. Then because they say it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So we finna find out. You got Oklahoma City third. The Clippers are fourth, which the Clippers wasn't even in the talk now. Sacramento is an up and coming team.
Oh yeah, Sacramento over there too.
And I don't think Mike Brown get enough credit for what he does over there in Sacramento.
No, I don't think he get enough credit. The Lakers ain't gonna make it unless they trade for a speedy guard. That's the only way.
They ain't gonna make it with the guard.
Oh yeah, they'll make it with the guard.
Who's out there? The only person they could get that I think that would be instant impact would be Kyrie.
No, yeah, Kyrie, but no, that'd be too much. They need a guard. They need a speedy guard, willing to dish the ball off for assist or whatever. They got some guards out there. They might not be on the market, like Rozier like Rozier. See, they need a guard that can shoot, make threes, open up the flow.
You know they had a chance to get that the guard from Atlanta.
No, shit, he too low.
He fast though.
Oh yeah, now he is that. Yeah, but he too low.
I don't think there's nobody out there that I see that they could get that'll be instant.
Now they're trying to get Zach LaVine, but
He's injury prone.
yeah. And another thing, he ain't no defensive player, he's an offensive player.
So who would be a good fit then?
You need a two-way guard, basically. You need a two-way guard. One there to defend and the one with speed.
Thought we had that when we got the dude from Gabriel from Miami.
Yeah, he hurt though.
Yeah, broke finger or something this time. Hachimura has not played up to the contract he got yet. I thought he was gonna do better this year, but he really ain't.
Vanderbilt.
I thought he was gonna do.
Yeah, Vanderbilt and all that. But the Lakers got a good team though.
I can't tell.
Yeah, they just got to put it together.
They ain't put it together by this time. I don't see it getting together. Anthony Davis plays when he feels like it. Just depends on what you're gonna get from him.
Yeah, but there's some good teams over there.
Yeah, that's a good team.
Oh yeah, some
But
great
some bad
teams.
teams you keep getting beat by too.
Oh yeah, some bad teams they could get beat by.
So,
But
you
I
beat
think
the
they,
Clippers. I still don't know how you pulled that off.
yeah, but I think they was playing in for the play-in tournament.
And I
And
think
once
that's
they
their
won, and once
championship.
they won that, they went downhill.
Pretty much. Well, Mr. Henry, that was a good hour we went by. We got a lot of things, but hey, we got a lot more to talk about. But we will be back next week, same time, same place, on the Heart and Soul in Sports. And remember, if you don't have heart and soul, then you ain't in sports. Yours truly, Anthony Knight. I got Henry,
I'm Henry Williams.
and we'll be back next Monday, same time. Two fingers, peace.
Peace out.